I see you've recovered the menorah from that fiend. I knew that I could count on you, even if the world changed. I believed you would one day learn to wield yourself as a mighty weapon. Here is what my master has to say. It involves the menorah you acquired. For one, it was part of his prized collection. As for its deeper nature, the menorahs are flames of life which control the flow of Magatsuhi within the labyrinth of Amala. However, they were stolen by terrible fiends. You see, the menorahs grant their possessors unfettered access to the labyrinth of Amala. But that privilege is not intended for just anyone. This place is strictly forbidden to all but those whom my master has permitted entry. That is why we would like to ask of you a favor. Is it possible for you to retrieve the menorahs, the flames that light the floors of the labyrinth? And upon doing so, would you return them here? That is my master's request. To recover the 11 menorahs. If you are willing to accept the task, then you will be allowed to enter the labyrinth of Amala. I believe that is a fair offer, but it is up to you to decide. Will you do it for my master's sake? Thank you. I knew I could depend on you. That is to say, I knew you would accept our offer. The menorahs tend to attract each other. That is why I gave you one. As long as you have your menorah, you will eventually come across the others. When you retrieve a menorah, please place it on the pedestal in the corresponding floor of the labyrinth. I will reward you as you return them to their rightful places. If you hold your menorah to the spinning drum of Amala, the device referred to as a terminal in Tokyo, you will be able to enter and leave here freely. Please be careful. I wish you the best. Preparations are complete. Let us see if our chosen fiend will emerge victorious. If he is the one we have been waiting for. I see that you have braved the labyrinth of Amala and returned to Menorah. I am confident that you will recover the remaining ones too. You must be cautious, though. The fiends that stole the menorahs are unique and extraordinarily powerful. Now that I think about it, this all started because of one man who caused the conception in the previous world. The conception. Because of it, the Vortex world was born. And Kagutsuchi is the source of power that illuminates this world. You, who once lived as a human, must be wandering this world without any understanding. To show you my appreciation for returning the menorah, I would like to share with you my knowledge of the Vortex world, starting with Kagutsuchi. Kagutsuchi is the light whose sole purpose is to empower the one who will oversee creation. Creation is the act of bringing a new world into existence, made possible by the annihilation of the old world. Kagutsuchi will then allow a life form of its choosing to determine the course of the new world. There must be those in Tokyo who yearn to be chosen by Kagutsuchi in order to realize their vision. The shape of the world to come depends on who is chosen and what their reason is. In the vast Amala universe, this Vortex world is not the only place where creation occurs. Kagutsuchi rises, matures, and falls in countless other places. There are millions, billions of worlds that you are unaware of, and they all experience the cycle of death and rebirth. That is the way of Amala, as determined by the Great Will. With my master, I have watched how myriads of worlds came into being, how life prospered in those worlds, and how they were destroyed in the end. All that time, seeking the answer to the unanswerable question, why is a world reborn? But now, we may be on the verge of finding the answer. And it is your actions which hold the key. Please retrieve the remaining menorahs as soon as possible, and then return to us. My master has high hopes for you. The fallen angel has bestowed upon you great strength. Do not lose your life and let this gift be in vain.
Fiend, accomplice to the fallen angel. Do you know what cause you serve? Do you realize which path your actions are leading you down? I have watched your every move from above. You have been seduced by darkness. Now, you are about to defy God's will. To the one with a demon's body and a human heart, heed my warning. End your dealings with the fallen angel before your heart is consumed by darkness. Woe unto you, for you can no longer discern good from evil. In this land where demons of chaos dwell, the last of your humanity will eventually be lost. I pray that you return to your world and rid yourself of darkness before it is too late. Before God's vengeance strikes this cursed land.
What an ominous thing you have! Death stones are cursed stones that call upon the forces of death. A stone such as this can cast a shadow on my arcane art. Under certain circumstances, death will appear and warp the laws of fusion. When this occurs, a fiend, a bearer of death, will manifest itself. Though they are not good, they cannot be classified as evil either. In the end, it is you who will decide their nature. Welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows, where demons gather. Are you sure? All right. All right. Oh? Oh? All right. Are you sure? All right. Oh? Are you sure? All right.
I see that you are making steady progress in recovering the menorahs. By the way, did you not encounter a large number of souls in this realm? They are the imprints of humans in your former world who were purified by death. Even after drifting to the farthest reaches of Amala, they still cannot let go of the past. Many of them were involved with a man you've met, a man by the name of Hikawa. He is the one who led your world to destruction. You stand here as the result of his acts in the former world. I commend you for making it this far. I wish to tell you something that you, as a human, would not otherwise have learned. About his past, and what caused the conception. The Ring of Gaia's headquarters. This is where it all started. They were a group who absorbed all forms of doctrine, for they believed they could discover the truth from chaos. But even within that cult, he was regarded as a heretic. Yes, I am referring to the man who changed your destiny, and that of the world. He firmly believed that his ideal could not be found in reality, that it could only be brought about by his own hand. And ultimately, he reached beyond the scope of mankind and plotted the creation of the world. Fate is drawn to a strong will, it seems. As such, he uncovered a crucial method to make his plot a reality. This was the scripture of Miroku, buried deep within the ring's library. With the scripture in his possession, he reconstructed the spinning drum of Amala. By deciphering the symbols on the drum, he gained access to the Amala universe and learned of the conception, the fated destruction of the world. That incident at the park followed shortly thereafter. You see, for creation to be possible after the conception, certain preparations were necessary. Thus, the demons which he summoned were unleashed, and a bloody act of carnage ensued. This is a man who decided to take control of the inevitable, the death and rebirth of the world. Of course, there were those among the Gaians who opposed him, and the Messians tried to stop him as well. But he eliminated both threats at once with the power of his demons. With all opposition removed, he watched silently as the conception took place. It was just as foretold in the scripture of Miroku. No, just as he planned after unraveling its prophecy. The Assembly of Nihilo was also formed at that time to aid him in creation. That is what happened in Tokyo. The conception occurred as he planned, and now creation will follow. However, the future is not set. We have yet to see what will happen. Perhaps the world can even be freed from the perpetual cycle of creation. We have faith in you, and will continue to watch you.
Well met, you who were once human. The moment you stepped into this labyrinth, the wheel of fate began to spin.
Time is a loop that repeats itself. However, we serve the fallen angel in order to rise above that fate. You wish for the same thing, do you not?
We know thou art on a quest to retrieve the menorahs. We, the four horsemen, possess what thou seekest. Thine they shall be, if thou canst triumph over us.
Demi-fiend, you have conquered a number of deaths to reach here. Whether it be you or one of us, it is our master's wish that one fiend survive this battle over the menorahs. And when his wish comes true, he shall make the decision to lead his army to the final battle. Do you have the resolve to face us? Even if it may cost you what is left of your humanity. Very well. That is just the answer we were expecting. Then, show us the strength that our master stakes our fate on. We, the four horsemen of the apocalypse, shall meet you in the Vortex World.